Thank you, Dave. Well, she is the only Canadian voice expert ever hired by The Voice, and now as she gets ready to enter her 5th season as one of the coaches behind the coaches, Calgary's own Tamara Beatty will be hosting a one-day vocal workshop this Sunday at Long and McQuaid. She's here to tell us all about it, but first, we do plan to pick her brain about this season's dramatic finale on Tuesday night, and they are all dramatic, and they are all wonderful, and they are all so much fun to watch, and I can only imagine what it's like being behind the scenes. First of all, let's talk about what you actually do on the show, or with the show.
Yeah, I am so lucky to be on this show. Like, it is a whole group of amazing people, and of course it's exciting. It's very exciting, but basically my job is to help improve, the quality of contestant performances from technical, stylistic, artistic perspectives.
Okay, so they come in, I mean, some of them have a lot of professional experience, but some of them, are a bit of a diamond in the rough, maybe?
Absolutely.
So what's the kind of range of instruction that's, I mean, some of them they'll all need different things, right?
Well, I've noticed, and I do a lot of observation, but I've noticed that a lot of people come in, they've never had a lesson. Like,
right.
It's really amazing that you think that these people who are really great singers have never had a lesson. So, yeah, when you watch what's being done behind the scenes, there's a lot of different approaches because somebody is touring and the other person is just singing in their shower.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So, and you have to get used to a different dynamic and all these variables like television cameras, which are entirely different than just being on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that some of what you offer in your vocal workshops, you talk about people getting through blocks, sort of emotional blocks. Expand on that a little bit, if you would.
Well, when somebody goes up and they're going to perform, the whole idea is to translate to an audience, right? To kind of be free and to have people feel instead of think. And oftentimes, like, we get in our own way. Sometimes it's technique, but other times it's, it's our mind and our kind of our emotionality. And I try and tap in on those really quickly and try and remove them so that the audience can have this really authentic experience.
Again, it's different for everybody, but what kind of things? I mean, just give me an example of something you might be able to, or something that might be able to help kind of clear one of those blockages for somebody.
Well, I work really intuitively, so when I see somebody sing, I often feel perhaps they're a perfectionist, and I can really hear that in their voice, that they're monitoring or editing as they sing. Mm-hmm. And so I try and find ways to basically mute or lower that internal monitor and let them focus on just the performance.
Now, to be on this show, this is a Mark Burnett production. This is such a huge, huge endeavor. You're obviously one of the best. How did you get involved with The Voice?
Well, when I was 19, I took a leap. I went over to the States. I started studying. I had the best teachers. And, you just kind of get in with the crowd, and I started collaborating, and people started to know my work, and then of course you build a network, so that's how it kind of works down there.
And they heard of you, and there you are.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the finale just the other night. A young 16-year-old named Sawyer Fredericks won. What are your thoughts on him? I mean, he's unbelievable. That's undeniable, right?
He is pure. He is such an amazing boy, and he's really talented. I think he definitely deserves everything he got. He's unique and kind of new to the scene, I think.
And relatively new, I guess, speaking to The Voice, Pharrell. Pharrell's his voice coach, but I mean, talk about working also with them. I mean, Pharrell and Christina and Blake and Adam. What's it like?
Well, I wish my contact was very, very close with them. It would be wonderful, but just to see them working and to hear them speak, I mean, there's a reason they're there. They are really, experts in their fields and just good people. Yeah.
Well, you're certainly an expert in your field, so I think people would be lucky to have the chance to work with you. And you can, if you're here in Calgary, there are still spots available. So Tamara is going to be holding a workshop, Long and McQuaid, 58th Avenue in the southeast, that location, from 1 to 5. And we'll make sure that we put links and information at breakfasttelevision.ca. I'm even thinking about it myself.
Yeah, come on down.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks so much, Tara.